this purported experts report is an indictment to the entire nation. That is an indictment on Sri Lanka, not really only against the government. Government is only a part of the nation. However much we argue or demonstrate that this report is not in compliance with the United Nations Charter and the existing international law, since that has been released with the authority of the UN Secretary General, that there is a greater weight on that report. It can be abused, it can be misused, it will be applicable in adverse to the sovereignty and the state leaders of Sri Lanka. If under whatever the circumstances we will consider that report, it will be prejudicial to the nation, Sri Lankan nation. In fact, that's the powers to take decisions with regard to this type of issues is exclusively vested in the Security Council in terms of Article 34 of the UN Charter. But with all that, the present Secretary General has applied the converse of it. Instead of he getting directions from the Security Council to implement certain decisions to ascertain whether there had been any crimes against the humanity or war crimes, he himself had decided to appoint the so-called experts panel and submits his report to the Security Council. We do not know whether the Security Council will act upon it. Certainly if they act upon it, that there is nobody above that we can complain. We know that when that suggestion was brought before the Human Rights Commission of the UN, some of the countries voted in our favor. At that time, one of the reasons for them to support was that there were no sufficient evidence or provable or credible evidence to say that we have committed some offences against the humanity or we have committed war crimes. But since there is a report already submitted to the Security Council of the United Nations by the Secretary General containing series of allegations which are of very grave in the nature, that there are enough possibilities some of the countries, those who helped us at the last occasion against the resolution, this time they might support it. Rightly or wrongly, although we argue that this report is the report has been made in violation of the existing laws, in the event the Security Council takes a decision that we will be helpless, that they will implement their decision, in such a scenario the only remedy is to go before the international courts and to argue the case that there are different types of courts. Either they can resort to the war tribunal, or that they can appoint ad hoc tribunals, like that they have already appointed an ad hoc tribunal to look into the offences committed during the war in Rwanda, or maybe like in Uganda. And that kind of ad hoc the tribunals also can be set up by the Security Council. In that kind of situation, the only remedy is to appear before them and argue the cases. It's a matter of complacency that we are under the impression China and Russia will help us forever. But I have my doubt. As it is, we know China is not a democratic country, and Russia also, that we can't say it is a full 100% democratic country, and in those countries that there are a lot of human rights violation. In fact, the concept of human rights safeguarding of the human rights is not recognized in China. In such a situation, in the event that there will be some investigation or prosecution against Sri Lanka on violation of human rights or on the alleged war crimes, that they might have a fear that one of the days that they also will have to face to similar charges. I think that is one of the reasons as to why that they are supporting at the moment. But in a long run I have a doubt, because that they also will not like to antagonize countries like America and European countries, because more than 60 to 70% of their market is really located in those countries, and in the event that there can be some damage to their diplomatic relations, there can be a lot of disadvantages to their economy. I have a doubt that because of this small country in one part of the world, whether that's they will sacrifice all their comforts and that their security. On the face of the report, that's there are series of allegations against us. That's one is the war crimes, then offences against humanity, and killing of the people, those who have surrendered, despite the fact that we have been duly informed through various sources, then shelling on human shields and hospital. The charges are very serious, and therefore that in the event that they are found guilty, that they will give the maximum punishment. So we don't have any place to go against the decisions or judgment of the International Criminal Court or even a tribunal, and those decisions are final and conclusive. We will be abide by them. Now, in the first place, that the people that who are really involved in this conflict are Tamil people, especially in north and east, and therefore there must be some consensus. Especially it is the duty of all the political parties and political leaders, irrespective of our political differences and opinions, to get together and find some solution, politically negotiated solution, and to get those people into our side. Then only that you can negate the Tamil diaspora that who are influential to the powerful countries in the world. By doing that, and also by establishing to the world that we are going to resolve this problem peacefully, and we are going to render justice to everybody, that there will be some kind of consolation.